Good day guys, nice to have you here. Today we'll analyze and discuss the MPL Game 2 between Onic and Blacklist International. If you'd like me to upload a review and analysis of another MPL game, let me know by commenting the team down below, hitting like, sharing this video, and subscribing to the channel. In that game, Onic picked Akai as their jungler, which is great against the UBE strategy since his ultimate is capable of pushing back enemies, thus dispersing Blacklist International's heroes away from Paramis, which will now act as the center of Black strategy. Irithel on the gold lane is yet again a great pick in order to erase the UBE strategy's effectiveness. That is, if Irithel gets enough equipment. Without Estes, breaking the bonus HP received from Paramis' ultimate will be easier for her because of her powerful splash damage, especially during the late game, which is greatly effective against their enemies that are clustered up. They got Pharsa for the mid lane because of her nuking capabilities, which will be very handy in helping break the UBE strategy's defense. Esmeralda on the XP lane is a great pick in order to lessen Black's HP regen from lifesteal and spell vamp, especially against D-Roth and Valentina. However, the Esmeralda vs D-Roth matchup is somehow debatable, since D-Roth is a damage type XP laner and has very strong potential to outdamage and dominate Esmeralda during the laning phase. One of the benefits you get, however, from her shield effects is as long as the shield is up, damage dealt to her will not provide the attacker with lifesteal or spell vamp. Onic picking Rafaela, in my opinion, again in my opinion, don't go crazy right now, was forced. It was forced. I think they only picked her in order to prevent Blck from picking Rafaela. The truth is, they're right about that. However, I think it would have been better if they let Blck pick Rafaela and just counterpick with Basha or something else. Letting Blck pick Rafaela will cause them to have a very squishy lineup. Besides, Rafaela is not nearly as effective as Estes. On the other hand, Blck picked D-Roth for the XP lane mainly because of his damage dealing capabilities, particularly Spectre Step, which greatly decreases the target's physical defense. Beatrix was picked for the gold lane due to obvious reasons, while Barretts was picked as a jungler in order to act as the front liner of Blck. Valentina was picked for the mid lane and will be a difficult matchup against Onic. If you look at Onic's lineup, Valentina can pretty much benefit greatly from all of their ultimate, especially Pharsa's, and finally, the cream of the crop, Paramis, which was picked as a roamer. Blck had a very straightforward pick in that game. Straightforward, yet effective. As far as the total lineup is concerned, Onic went with a lineup that has two strong damage dealers, which are Irithel and Pharsa, one of which is a late game hero, while the rest are focused more on crowd control and defense. While Blck this time around has a lineup which is the opposite of game 1. This time they picked heroes known to deal high amounts of damage early and throughout until the latter parts of the game, with Paramis being the only exception since he was played as a roamer. Right away, we can see Black's lead in damage output and intimidation. Akai, Raphael, and Pharsa are all very powerful heroes. However, they normally become very impactful at around level 4. Blck on the other hand had Paramis, Valentina, and Barretts, which are three heroes capable of causing problems as early as level 1 and level 2.
Ay may mastery sila. Alam nila kung kailan ibabato, alam nila kung pwede nilang gamitin as a bait. Pero mukhang tahimik ang laro na to dahil si Rapidot bumivision din eh.
Stampede ay activate kay Rapidot and there you go!
Timing yun mula sa Blacklist International dahil parehas may delay ang hila at tulak na yun, pero ito na yun!
Lumiker pa nga si Super Prince para lang umabot, and wow, Onic Philippines will also take gold in the top lane.
Grabe din kasi ang sustain ng isang D-Roth. Tuwing pangatlong auto-attack may kasama pa yung heal, pero mukhang si Rapidot ay makaka-flicker naman palayo. Muntikan pa talaga.
This is one of the things I told you guys many times in the past. A lot of players expect and know that this bush is usually utilized as a means of safely escaping. If you have time to walk closer to your base, please, just walk. Since people expect you to be there, there is a huge possibility that they will attack you while attempting to escape.
Oh, yun na nga, inagaw ni Haji! Yung penalty strike! Ang lupit mo doon, Haji! Imam God! What a gulat from Haji for that kill!
Nilang totally yung Torres may top lane.
Wow.
Napakagandang rotation mula sa Blacklist International at lamang na sila ng 2,000. Masasaktuhan pa na na-alleviate nila yung pressure sa...
Notice that Black was starting to aggressively invade and attack Onyx side of the map. That's because they had gold advantage, and not only that, most of their heroes have higher levels. As a player, I strongly suggest recognizing factors like that in the game as well to help you make better decisions. If the enemies have higher gold and levels than you, play defensively and be extra careful. But if they are behind in both gold and experience, still be careful but play a bit more aggressively. Doing so will prevent them from having some breathing space, thus maintaining the lead in favor to your team.
Blacklist International, nakita natin yan.
Kailangan niyang umalis nakita natin yun.
Kailangan niya umalis At Umi, Shandel, gusto ko lang i-remind na yung mastery talaga ng Blacklist sa timings.
Nako.
There you go, ang sakit.
Black is snowballing so hard against Onic. At this point, it's obvious that Black will take the game. This is the issue with late game heroes such as Irithel. Shut her down early and it will be very hard for her to come back up. Unless Black makes a silly mistake, this game is theirs for the taking.
Yung ibon.
Yung ibon na naistik baliktad.
Oo, and bago pa mangyari yun, wala pa pala nga guardian helmet. So mas magiging makunat pa si Wise after that item purchase. And dire-diretso lang ngayon ang side ng Blacklist International. And nakita ko kanina yung item ni Ma'am Shows ay yung chop suey. Meron pang physical, meron din pang magic,
Magical.
pero hindi buo.
Kung tinignan
Para
natin
ready.
yung mga ginagawa ni Oh My Venus na nilalangoyan niya sa loob ng tore, tapos ibabalik niya doon sa papatay.
Yeah.
And again, Manjin, ilang beses natin nabanggit ang salitang mastery. At yun lang talaga yung ma-explain natin sa ginagawa ng Blacklist International ngayon. 1-6 ang ating game score.
Mastery of the timings.
Ano pa ata ng purple buff? Sabi ni Sensui, sige aalagaan ko to, pero medyo mahirap na. 2-level gap ang meron si Sensui kay Wise.
Sobrang laki nun, considering na nasa turtle pa lang tayo. Usually nakikita natin yung mga level gap na ganun ay hindi mo siya gusto na mangyari early phase pa lang kasi possible snowball siya.
Yeah.
And kita naman natin yung positioning ngayon ng Onic. Sobrang lapit na nila dun sa may base. Kahit yung second tier turret nila sa top lane, wala na. So mahihirapan ngayon si Nets na magkaroon ng items na kailangan niya.
Number 2, kung babalikan natin ang history na dalawa to, pero mamaya na yun, Oh My V!
Oh, look at the confidence. Oh my Venus, like legit. With the flicker out at may pang zone pa.
Grabe oh.
Si Haji, ay grabe. Hindi niya binibitawan para lang makuha. Ka-counter ko ba ang Onic dito? Pero ako, napakasakit this time. Oh my Venus, papasok. Pasok din si Edward. Nagkakambahan. Amba lang. There, hindi umamba ng onte, pero amba rin pala.
Maging low like si Haji, meron pa ulit na pang takas with the cult altar. So, parang hirap talaga, split push talaga or maybe a steal from the Lord.
No, there, kinain.
Mukhang galit na ang Blacklist. Killing spree, easy kill para sa side ng Blacklist.
Nasaktuhan pa na magkakaroon ng Lord 15 seconds.
Because of the pressure and aggressiveness of Black, they have eliminated Onyx control in the map and can now freely take major objectives.
At saka si Venus. Si Venus parang unbothered queen
Nakatayo lang.
Nakatayo
Oo.
lang
Tapos late lang niya na-realize na nakikita pala siya na hindi siya nakatago sa bush.
No, tapos sabi niya, practice lang. Wala naman kasing nandong kalaban. Kumbaga, mas
Minions lang yung bit-bit ng Blacklist pero konting-konti na lang masisira na yung middle lane. How much more ngayon kung paano na gagamitin to, maximize, knowing na Lord yung dala nila. So for this one,
What Onic can do here, which is easier said than done, is shift their build and focus more on defense and survivability rather than their usual build or their planned build, then stay away from team fights. And I'm sure they're trying to do just that. However, Black did a great job of controlling the map and ensured that Onic doesn't have any space to move around.
walang tore. Kailangan nila
Remember that if the Lord has been summoned on your side, make sure to put pressure on the lane and push on the lane the Lord is not occupying in order for you to achieve a tri-lane push. Doing so will make it very difficult for the enemies to defend. The only exception is if you summon the enhanced or empowered Lord, which appears after 18 minutes. If you have that Lord on your side, it's highly recommended pushing with it because of the buff it provides to nearby allied heroes and the buff it receives from nearby allied heroes.
Play coming in. Pero sabi dito ni Venus, mag-go ba tayo? Hindi. Didepensa lang muna ng side ang Onic. Inactivate na yung straight dito. Nets. Mag-out na lang.
things na yun. unti-unting makakabuo ng mas malaking chance ang makakuha ng milagro. So far, Blacklist International ang nagdo-dominate ng game na to. Sabi mo man, Jin, may mastery sila ng timing, may mastery sila ng mga strategies na ganito, at meron din silang master the basics.
Keep it from Sensui, and they really have to defend this turn.
Tatapusin na ata ng Blacklist International. Nagmamadali na kami. Kailangan na natin itong zero.
Nako.
And finally nawala si Der. Mukhang maaga ang uwian para sa Blacklist. Eto na, free hit si OM. May commercial shoot pa. Tatapusin na nila to. 13K gold. Blacklist.
That concludes our game review and analysis for today. Who should we review next? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe, everyone. Peace.